astrological natal chart report. This is the piece dealer, and I hope you gain the utmost of quality from this report. We see you got the transit forecast before, but now you have the natal chart, and you were born in 87 at that. So let's jump right into this. You are within 10 degrees away from Pluto, and so congratulations. You are alien gang. You have an alien construct in your natal chart. And given that it is tied to the Scorpio construct, this gives you very much so an extreme personality as well as power over your spirit, or we can say expressed through your spirit. So with that being said, as you receive the natal chart reading or report, it will include this link here, and I will be including the links to the Pluto power and instrument alien construct, where the Pluto instrument isn't within 10 degrees, but it is in the same sign falling in the 12th, so you can cause others to see what's occurring on deeper levels and confront with true courage and fearlessness, as well as identify enemies. However, the Pluto power alien, which you do have more precise, can destroy that which is not built on truth, perform psychic surgery and exorcisms, heal utilizing sex, understand the true nature of birth, death, sex, and power, amongst other things. And you'll see that in Scorpio, this is actually the strongest, given that it's at its home. We also know that as a Scorpio rising, your title is the pure queen crystal. And of course, on top of that, we know that having the spirit of wisdom here with the sun in Scorpio definitely puts you in a position to tap into extremely this depth of wisdom that not only you represent, but with Eros here adds a very erotic and sexually alluring quality to your personality, and also how seductively and psychologically you're able to express and discern with this as well. Speaking a little bit deeper to the Scorpio Pluto construct, this is actually the construct of the Kundalini goddess, and I would say 99.99% of women, especially, that I've seen with this specific construct with the sun or rising in Scorpio on their AC, for some reason, all do yoga. And that's when I realized that's not a coincidence. Y'all are for real Kundalini goddesses. And you all like directly or indirectly help others raise their Kundalini, whether through yogic practice or sex. So I thought that was very interesting. Of course, you having the sun in Scorpio will add more central quality and source to how you express this with your spirit. So knowing that you were born with a moon in Leo, another aspect of royalty, especially with Juno in Aquarius, who's the queen goddess in the highest level of royalty in Aquarius, speaks a lot to your royal nature. Sun, moon, and rising in fixed signs, especially as a woman, lets me know that you are totally queen. Okay, Leo is the solar queen, so having the Leo moon representing pure royalty in Scorpio gives you the vibration as pure queen, as a representation of golden wisdom, whereas you have, as a Leo moon, the golden soul, the soul of courage, and whereas Taurus is the first octave of love relative to appreciation, and Scorpio is the third octave of love relative to purity or obsession, shadow of it being lust. And then Aquarius is the final octave of love, ironically through detachment, which is the opposite of love, or really friendship, not detachment. The shadow of that would be detachment, but friendship. Well, you have Leo, which I like to see as just love, but really, since it's the source, we can call it courage. The logical part of me is like, no, it's not love, it's courage. People just made it love. But yeah, it's definitely aspects of the source of this energy. So if we take love out the way, this is pure energy. Leo is solar energy, Taurus is natural energy, Uranus is cosmic energy, and of course Scorpio is pure nuclear energy, but really just pure energy. Okay, so you are the understanding of solar through the expression of pure energy. You are the understanding of the courage and passion and inspiration that it takes to express wisdom and discern psychologically. You feel into the passion and quality of people's hearts that will go into how you psychoanalyze the social axis. You are also purely social. So I have my moon in Cap, I have my sun and rising in Gemini and Taurus respectively. So I'm a collective individual. The first 4 zodiac signs are individual. We see you have your Jupiter here. You have individual destiny in Aries, 1 degrees, which is key because Aries is the first sign, and 1 degree is the Aries degree. You have Chiron of communicative healing individually. But from Leo to Scorpio is social, and the last 4 signs from Sagittarius to Pisces is collective or God level. So you have collective karma, you have an ascended heart, okay? Your psychic ability is in the God level, but primarily the core of your being and how you express it is all social. That doesn't mean you're extroverted, by the way, but it does mean you're purely social. And so you focus the nature of what and how it is you express yourself to a degree of putting yourself in a position to feel into the daytime mechanics of a social interaction and be aware of the nighttime mechanics. Because Leo is when you go out in the daytime to socialize, and Scorpio is after the club or outing when you're about to have sex with who you went out with. And that's actually not a joke. Like that's I learned recently, that's actually the order of the social affair. You individuate. Cancer is literally right after you come out the door, after you've taken a shower. Leo is going out and socializing. Virgo is the real social process. Libra is the presentation coming into the evening where we get ready to go out. And then Scorpio is after you have scored or not and you go home lonely. Emphasis on scored because now there are competitive elements of sports relative to whether you're a man or woman. But see, you, my friend, are a queen of social activity. This is so key. So I would say the same for Kylie Jenner. I would say the same for any Scorpio or Leo. But out of all the Scorpios or Leos, you're like the queen. Like you're like, this is a big deal. Drake is an example. Drake is literally a king of the socials. I mean, a lot of people can't get enough of them. And the thing that's interesting about both of you is both of you have Pluto on the sun. So what you'll notice is people either like extremely hate you or they're like extremely obsessed. It's a version of the Chris Brown version who has it opposite him. It's just a lot more potent because you have it concentrated on you. So like people will just hate you because you exist and you breathe. But then other people will just be obsessed with you, especially as a woman. Women have this so much stronger because Scorpio men are basically like women, but the Scorpio women are like literally like in tune and in depth. Because it's the core of femininity. So like, oh my gosh, the creepy dudes that are so obsessed with you because you're just so sexy and alluring. And when I say you're so sexy, Leo is more hotness and passion. The textbook definition of sexiness is Scorpio. Like Scorpio is the aspect of sexiness. Cancer is more like a gorgeousness. And Pisces is more like a divine siren. Like, oh my gosh, you're so like, you're beyond sexy. But like sexy, alluring, seductive, that's all Scorpio. Literally the unconscious psychological mechanics of Pluto that draw out these unconscious sense, which makes it easy for creepy people to be obsessed with you and start stalking you. Thankfully, you got the patented death stare, so you just have to give them the Queen Crystal death stare look, and they'll contemplate whether they want to live. And it's actually really cool because your power has returned. You have your Saturn return. So like if people literally cross you, they can die. And like, there's no cap. Like, it's something that Scorpio risings with Pluto especially notice. I just kind of want to maintain that. I think I might have said that in the first reading. Especially with Lilith on your moon, you're a whole diva in your soul. Like, you're a soul diva and a soul queen. So like, as a queen, you take no shit. Like, it is what it is. And you might forgive them. Pluto will not. Pluto will be vindictive and be like, okay, you're getting a car accident later. And that's it. This could be behind your consciousness in the unconscious. You might have already forgiven them, being like, oh, whatever, that person just doesn't know better. But their seal is already sealed. Their fate is already sealed. And the craziest part of this is, I know this sounds like a joke. I'm not joking. Like, there's countless Saturnians and Plutonians that y'all spirits give out penalties. Remember, you are the representative of purity. So anyone who's dumb enough to approach you impurely, they're getting clapped. Like, it's not even a game. This is why Scorpio is already selectively social, because you're so close to the gods that, and what I mean by that is the last 4 zodiac signs, that it really goes a long way towards realistically, challenging you to harness so much more depth in how you hold space for the social interactions. So that being said, what you're understanding is that with the moon in Leo in the 9th, but ruled by the 10th, this charges so much receptivity to the nature of your reputation and how felt your warmth of soul is. Because you can feel into all that drama and gossip. And this is actually a part of your fortune. What that could be lit up by Leo men and women, or social environments that put you on the stage and spotlight. I noticed that in Scorpio risings and Scorpios, y'all don't like the spotlight. Like, you really don't like the spotlight. Like, you'd rather work behind. Some of you do. It's really interesting. And I see you have Venus and Sag and Jupiter and Aries. So maybe you do. But I notice most of you don't. Like, you're conflicted. Like you do, but you don't. Because you like the concept of it until you get it on you. And then you realize how creepy and obsessive people are. And it's like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, that's the square with your moon and Pluto, which is harsh. It's very strong, actually. It just sucks. It sucks sometimes because like the thing about fixed sign energy is that you either got it or you don't, and you're like oozing with sauce. Like you are the definition of saucy, and you have this golden swagger. Like, this is undeniable. So like, people will be wild jealous that you exist. I promise you. You know this more than me. Look at me trying to convince you. You live this. Like, people are jealous of me as a Gemini, but it's more because of my Taurus rising in Venus. But that pales in comparison to the Scorpio jealousy. Like, people being jealous of Taurus or Taurus rising is just because maybe we have more material possessions. It's on a basic superficial level. They'll be wild jealous of us too. Trust me. Ooh, yes. But like, oh my God, like, they are insanely jealous of Leo and Scorpio. People are jealous of Aquarius too, but that's because Aquarius knows things other people never know. And Aquarius knows how to put this low-key condescending aura, like, you mortals, you don't know shit. So they kind of They kind of ask for it. But like Scorpio, y'all are just so pure. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all do a version of what Aquarius does too. You just say less words. So people don't like you for that. And then Leo will just be so glorious on stage, like, I'm just the shit. Like, why is everyone so mad at me? So I'm not gonna lie, like, you fixed signs do ask for it. But other people are just also wild jealous. Because y'all are royalty. So you are allowed to flex. It's just if you flex even a little bit. Oh my God, you're such a narcissist. You think you're better than everybody. And it's like, okay, I'm sorry you're weak. And I just can't express my strength around you. Regardless, because you understand so many deep psychological principles, your awareness of Pluto literally shows you people's shadows. And so this clash with Leo Moon is very key. You are meant to be on stage. You're meant to be seen, not like an MC in Sag, but you're meant to inspire on the spotlight. Like, you're going to feel the position and the uncomfort of your position and in Scorpio, and how intensely you're aware of yourself, but how passionately you feel about what you present. And every time you do go on stage or deal with Leos who manage your career, you're going to come into fortune. Lilith is going to have you feel into that erotic expression and taboo expression of the feminine through your soul. You're a vessel of her here. And in Leo, she is extravagant. She knows how to balance sluttiness with this very regal sense of confidence. So it's less sluttiness and more masculine. And because women especially have been demonized sexually, whenever they express their masculinity to suppress it, this Lilith force in you will be like, fuck that. Like, I'm letting this bitch out, even though she knows she's a queen, but she's gonna say bitch because, you know, the whole thing about Lilith is this ladylike enough for you, while she's like, you know, openly feeling on her crotch. Not because, see, it's less about her acting that provocative and more about her rebelling against that norm. And so that square to Pluto is going to add intensity and maybe fear of letting this out. But you may have overcome this. Anyway, that being said, we see Mercury in proximity here. And so this enables your brain to process information with pure depth and wisdom to get to the bottom of any situation. We see you have Mars in the 12th. So the way you take action is quite legendary, but also very misunderstood, given that you are a very pure representative of wisdom. I actually have a version of this. So the way that you express your unconscious habits can lend to clandestine partnerships being formed, but also highlight a weakness of overcompromising. I know because, well, I'm a Taurus rising. I'm a 27 degree Taurus rising. So we have, you know, the next sign majority in our first house, especially using the equal sign system. That being said, you know, I have Mars in my 12th house in Aries. My weakness is that I can be too reckless and impatient. And I have to surrender the need to like do something and just stand on my own firm too. Plus I can be so savage. It undermines my royal stature. For you can be too nice. Like Scorpio is one of those signs that has to be selectively social. So Scorpio kind of is one of those signs that can't hang around two people because it's an exclusive vibration. It's an exclusive royal vibration in its rarity. So if you're rare, but you're hanging around like all sorts of people, like it lowers your value. Not in a superficial sense though, where it's like, I can't be seen with you. It's more so in a sense where you may overcompromise because of how pure you may be. You may see where your expertise is needed, and people can take advantage of that with the 12th house Leo of 12th house Libra. 12th house is a house of hidden enemies. So the 12th house is a supernatural power in Libra, but before it's turned into a superpower, it's a weakness. And with Mars here, this restlessness can come into psychoanalyzing the social quality and nature of what's happening with people and feeling like you need to, connect with them, which is important because your destiny now adds even more of a challenge to do your own thing. The South Nodal lesson is the past life you had, you compromised what you wanted to do to balance with other people. Now this lifetime is doing what the fuck you want and creating a lifestyle based on your own terms that you creatively enjoy and can come into, independence from. So it's about using the resources of your friends. But because this aspect is ruled by the 12th, you may be misunderstood in what you discern in relationships that are hidden that other people don't even see, that other people don't even notice. And that can definitely complicate, in a way, in a sense, even more so, how realistically so much of this energy really kind of puts you in. So that being said, there's a real element of how powerfully with Venus and Sag, this connects the Libra power. This hidden sense of action, which is highly intelligent, now as a superpower, and you surrender the need to like compromise others, will let you know exactly the right way to take this hidden sense of action, which will already automatically evolve. The leadership, instead of like compromising, you want to take action of what you want to do and then organize people to follow your lead. So Jupiter will make very abundant how you actually tap into this sense of cultivating your lifestyle. And this is what leads to the very amazing grand fire trine in your chart. As a water sign rising, of course, your earth houses and work have to be passionate. If you don't have passion doing what you love or do for work, it's not going to work out for you. So as a Taurus rising, you paid me money, because Taurus is individual, Gemini is individual. You paid me money so that I can give you this individual report one-on-one. You have the other opposite and complete end of this, where Scorpio is social, but Sag is collective. It's the God level sign. So you have a God level value, whereas I have an individual value, angelic value. So as I manifest truth or the word, right, I'm communicating to you what I want. Sagittarius is what the word means. So you manifest meaning. And anytime you manifest freedom, meaning, or vision for the collective, you get paid, even though your sun is more focused on Scorpio. So expressing my awareness directly through the second house of the job. Yours is more embodying the wisdom you are, but you still manifest with this collective karma and innate uniqueness through your heart, ascended wisdom. And now this adds a lot of supernatural, unconventional clarity and quality to the nature of how magically you can visualize something and manifest it. Now that Saturn has returned, there's a total authority over your ability to command this. So if your heart finds it pleasing, it's manifested. Now, of course, the mutable nature will make this fluctuated, so it'll go up and down. But because Saturn has returned, you're commanding more authority to stabilize this. Neptune adds a bit of psychic intuitive quality to your intuitive abilities, enabling you through body language and a sense of emotional intelligence to read body language telepathically. But now the value of Sagittarius that gives you and links you with jobs that open up travel, teaching, freedom, connects with Jupiter to evolve how you integrate this vision of your value and what you're worth into the lifestyle of how dynamically you live it through. And then on top of that, that connects with your moon to help you feel, based on how abundantly you're living your life, how to feel about the direction of this career and how to create that stage space to perform. Now, your second house of value is opposite Chiron of healing communication. So the Chiron opposite Uranus series we all have helps us heal feeling crazy, in your case, for communicating the goddamn truth, that people will act like you're crazy for spitting, but what you're learning is stupid people think you're crazy. Only stupid people think you're crazy. Actually, you're a genius. And so this is where, through healing communication, this triggers the boundaries with which you can grow closer to people with your words. But we don't live in a perfect world, so it triggers the crap out of them, because the truth will piss people off before it sets them free. But your voice and your language literally heals people, triggers people, but heals people. You stay blessed as always. With MC and Virgo, this opens you up to really be a social influence and to change the way the society around you analyzes facts. So if you don't really keep a job, it's because after you analyze to the upper management what needs to be fixed, the universe sends you to the next neighborhood or job. It's not that you can't keep a job. You're just not meant to. Regardless, though, you stay blessed as always. Peace.